Joanne from Teach Pre-K, and I wanted to give you guys kind of an overview of what I do the first 10 days of preschool and or pre-K. I am putting together a little freebie for you guys that will have 2 weeks, so 2 5-day weeks of lesson plans with books, songs, videos, all that stuff, plus a little my themes for the year, and here's 38 themes. Some of these I actually won't do, and I will sometimes do other themes for 2 weeks, like dinosaurs in space, but I do have 38 themes ready to go, so I'm like always ready. I also have this great little handout, a little 1-pager of how I run my day, and this is my half-day schedule, and I have left nothing out, absolutely nothing. So that will also be available to you guys, plus nice color-coded planning for a welcome to school theme and an all about me theme. What I want to stress about those first 2 weeks of school is that first day is going to be a little dicey. You don't know what you're going to get. Really, the first week, I think the first 2 weeks are so hard. If you're lucky, you'll get some kids who kind of go in and learn the routine super quick. But a lot of times, I'm only going to have 3-year-olds this year, and they are a little blank slate. They are more work than pre-K. Pre-K, that first day was always kind of like my reward for like my exhausting morning. But this year I'm not going to have that. I'm only going to have the little guys. And I definitely handle them a lot differently. In fact, I have like some little notes in my lesson plan of things that you can plug in for pre-K, because these plans are so bare bones, because I don't know how long things are going to take. I don't know who's going to be crying. I don't know how long cleaning up is going to be. There are so many open-ended questions, and I might just like sit and sing songs or, read books or something just to kill a little bit of time while kids are in the bathroom, which is down the hall from me. So that leaves one teacher with all the kids, because there's only 2 of us this year. We do not have a floating aide this year that we've had pretty much every year since I've been teaching. But it's going to be interesting. So there's a big learning curve. And what I would do is plan, always over plan. But when you look at your plan, realize that you are not going to get to all of it. You're not going to get to all of it. You might get to a teensy bit if you're lucky. I even tell the parents on back to school night, I send them my lesson plans every week. And I say, hey, this is not Bible. Sometimes I change my mind and I decide, you know what, I don't want to do this activity today. I had a really rough night, or I thought of something else great in the bathtub this morning, and this is what I want to try. It is what I hope to do and what I plan on doing, but it might not happen in that order, and I might throw a couple new things in, or I might have a classroom disaster and have to scrape a lot of things and just say, okay, we got to go back to square one. And that's just how it happens. But be prepared for scrapping what you think you're going to do every single day. I'd say if you're only working with 3-year-olds, give yourself a month at least. I give myself until Halloween to say, okay, we know what we're doing. But I'm just going to tell you some of the things that we do and show you some examples. First, I will go through my day. First thing they do is they hang their backpacks. They get their water bottle. They put it in a tray by the door. I greet them, give them a little squirt of hand sanitizer. They come in, and I have 3 tables in my room. Each one of those tables has something on it. I have them listed here. Table 1, I usually have some kind of building toy, and I don't number my tables, but I'm just showing that I have 3 tables. Table 2, I have some kind of literacy or imaginative play toys. And then my 3rd table is always some kind of fine motor, art, or sensory. So I'll have like Play-Doh, coloring sheets with markers. I'll have paper and stampers, stickers, just, something like that there. However, my first week with the 3s, I will start the first day with just 2 tables of things to do. And I will make sure I have plenty of things out, but I don't want what I have out to be too messy. I'm not going to put something like markers out until I teach the kids how to put the lids on the markers. I'm going to have to really think. A good thing that I do, and I got this from Vanessa Levin at Pre-K Pages. She got these little stuffed dogs and hot glued magnets on their nose and got some dog dishes and puts them in trays with magnetic letters, and the dogs can fish out the letters from the little dog dishes. I always do that because it's easy cleanup. It's adorable. We can go over and talk to the kids and go, oh my goodness, what letter is that? Or, oh my gosh, your dog got an H. Let's see if he can eat something else. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, it's a B. So that's just really a simple thing. I might put out like half of my set of magnet tiles, so I don't have as much to clean up, but I know it's something that's going to be engaging, and some kids maybe haven't seen magnet tiles. I put out Play-Doh and a few Play-Doh toys, but how I do Play-Doh is I do one color. Everyone has the same color on their tray with a few little stampers or cookie cutters, rolling pins, simple Play-Doh toys. And at cleanup, we put all the Play-Doh in a zipper bag and all the toys in a container, and then the zipper bag of Play-Doh goes inside that container, and it's ready for the next class or the next day or whatever. I just find that a lot of moms don't let their kids play with Play-Doh at home, which I don't understand, because even when it dries up, it's easy to clean off everything. But it's such a nice thing for the kids if they have some kind of anxiety to be doing something with their hands. So the first 2 days, first day really, I use 2 tables. I'll see how they do. Maybe I'll add that 3rd one later in the week. Maybe the 2nd day, maybe not until the 3rd. I'm just going to kind of see how the kids are. Okay, I always give a 1-minute warning before it's time to clean up. So this is now my time to teach them what my 1-minute warning is. I turn off the lights. They notice right away. I turn it back on. I say, when the lights go out, that means we freeze and listen with our ears. That means we don't make a sound and we listen, because someone's going to tell you something important. Let's practice. We practice, and I'll say, that was so good. Everyone was quiet and they're stopped what they're doing and they're listening. We are going to play for 1 more minute. Then we're going to clean up. So then I will turn the light off again, and I'll say it's time to clean up. Turn the lights on. We facilitate the cleaning up with the kids. Then we call them to the rug for circle time. So I'll just start singing, put your pockets on the rug, on the rug. Put your pockets on the rug, on the rug. It's a song, so it's getting their attention. And the song is telling them exactly what I want them to do. I've got this one rug. They can't miss it. Their pockets is their bum. I want their bum on the rug, period. I don't make my kids sit in a circle. I sit on a stool. I just started doing this. Sometimes I get on the floor with them, but in the circle, they can't always see what I'm doing. So if they're sitting in front of me, they can see better. But I'll have them sit in a circle for show and tell and things like that. So then I'll usually sing some kind of welcome song. I love the Dr. Jean Rise and shine and welcome to school today. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. Rise and shine and welcome to school today. We're so glad you're here. Or I sing Brown Bear. Another favorite I have is Peace Like a River by Elizabeth Mitchell. You can find that on iTunes as well as the Dr. Jean song. And then I also sing a song that helps us learn each other's names. And I'll probably sing that on the second or third day. I will just go, hello, Abby. Hello, Sam. Hello, June. I'm glad you're here today. And I do that for everybody. And those are basically the only 3 songs that I will sing at circle time with the kids. They don't have much stamina. I need to breeze through circle time as fast as I can. I will read a book. I find that after playing with the toys, they come sit down, we sing, then they're ready. Teach them, like, what do we do for circle time? How do we sit? How do we hold our hands? What do we do? Okay, hold on. I'm going to get a visual because I've got all my stuff back here. Of course I do. Yay, here's like all my circle time stuff from school. But I have rules on the rug. Watching eyes. Point to your eyes. Yeah, your eyes should be looking at your teacher because your teacher's going to tell you some important things and wants you to learn. Oh, what are these? Ears. Can you point to your ears? Yeah, what do we do with our ears? We hear things. That's right. We hear things. Well, but when we're on this rug, it's called a special kind of hearing called listening. And listening is when your body is still and your eyes are watching and you're really, really making sure that you hear everything. That's listening. Our lips are zipped up because when our lips are zipped up, we're not talking and we can hear better and our friends around us can hear better. Oh, hands to ourselves. And there's so many ways we can do that. We can sit on our hands. I always do, let's make our hands best buddies, give each other a hug and sit them in our lap. That's a good way to make sure because if we're touching ourselves, we're not touching friends and friends don't like to be touched all the time. And then I have got sit on your pockets. And I don't care how they sit on their pockets. They're crisscross. This one's squeezing their knees. They can sit mermaid style. I will practice all the ways that we sit on our pockets. And you guys, over my years, I have found the easiest way to teach crisscross applesauce is I have them sit on their pockets, bring their legs out. I'm going to use my arms. And then I say, cross your legs and squeeze them into your belly. And that is a crisscross. And they have a hard time and they struggle, but it's easier to help them do that than trying to bend their legs and everything. So it's cross your legs and bend your knees and squeeze them into your belly and they end up in a crisscross applesauce. So that's just a fun little hint. Another thing that I have, I talk about our classroom rules. This is our classroom in our school. There are only 3 things you really have to remember when we're in school. Look, these kids are talking, but they're right next to each other. They're not shouting. They are using an inside voice, and our inside voice is loud enough for our friends nearby to hear, but not screaming and not yelling. Just using a voice that's good for inside. When we go to the playground, you can yell and scream and have a whole lot of fun. Walking feet. These kids are walking. They are not running. What happens when we run in school? Oh my gosh, it is so easy to trip and fall. And the most important job Mrs. Lee has is keeping you safe. And then these kids, hands to yourself. We've talked about keeping our hands to ourselves. Because do we like to be hit or pushed or pinched? No. So guess what? Other friends don't like that either. We need to make sure that we are keeping our hands to ourselves. And then that way, we're not bothering anybody and we know we're doing the right thing. So that's another little circle time thing I have. I also have like poster size big 3 poster size, how we sit on the rug, that are like right behind me when I'm in my classroom that I can point to. Oh, one thing I didn't tell you, at the beginning, they hang their backpacks, they put their water bottles away. How I have them sign in after the first day is, I'm going to grab something else. I have a little pocket chart with Velcro because I have carpet on half my walls. But this is just a simple pocket chart, so it's really easy for the kids. On the table next to the parking lot, I have name strips with their name and a picture of them. So they just have to find themselves and stick it in the pocket chart. And that's how I take attendance and I know who's here. And you guys, I only have 10 kids in my class. I know who's there and who's not there really, really fast and easy. But this gives them one more thing to remember to do before they start their day. I'm creating a routine which makes the kids feel more secure, lowers their anxiety because this routine is going to be the same every day. Backpack, water bottle, hello, Mrs. Lee, hand sanitizer. Put my name in. Now is my time when I can make a choice what table I want to go at. So that's that. So I do circle time. At the beginning, I try not to keep them there very long. They just don't have the stamina, but I normally use this time to introduce my theme of the week, my letter of the week. We do letter games, number games, counting, little finger plays and songs, things like that. And then what we do, and this is what I do, guys, this is what I have to do for survival. I have a giant screen at the front where my rug is, and I will put on a little video. And it's always the first week I'll do one, we are shapes, and then something about letters, and then something about numbers. And that book, Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, there's a song and a great video that all the kids love. I will put that on for them to be focusing on something, quiet, ready, while the teacher set up the centers. Because we don't have any time between cleaning up our first little set of centers, going right into circle time. I need my aide on that rug helping me manage kids. We need that time to make sure that we have everything out and ready to go. I always have everything prepped way in advance, so I know that's done. I just need to set things out in a way that is inviting and fun for the kids. So when that video's over, we turn the light back on and we'll do a short explanation of what the teacher centers are. And the first day, I tell them, and the second day and the third day, I tell them we are going to explore our block table today and our dramatic play and our writing center and our sensory center. We're even going to play a little while at the magnets if you want to. But I don't do a lot of explaining. I will have a table with crayons set out. So I teach them to use crayons. And we color a little crown that said, I made it through the first day of school. Put that on a sentence strip. They color it. They take it home. I'll show you a colored one. They wear it home. I have had kids, you guys, wear theirs every single day for the first couple of weeks. It's so cute. Yeah. So here this one is. I made it through the first day of school. So that's where we practice how we use crayons. We talk about not taking the paper off, not breaking the crayons. Most kids by age 3 have been introduced to crayons once or twice, so I feel like it's a really easy thing to do. But we will break our class up, my aide and I, for this introduction to centers, and we will rotate through the centers, and that's where those little chick books come in, where I keep one like on a little tack near each center in case the teacher wants to use it to teach about that center. But we bring them to the block center and we talk about, have you ever played with blocks, and how does it feel when somebody knocks your tower over? So sad. We do not knock towers over. In our room, we let people keep their creations that they make at the block table because it's important to them. Then we go to dramatic play. We just kind of rotate around. We all make sure we color a crown, get it ready for those kids. And you guys, sometimes they start wandering off and they want to do everything all at once. They want to take everything off the shelves. This is where I tell them we only play with the toys that are out. What happens if somebody wants our block, or somebody wants to knock over our tower, or somebody wants the toy we're playing with at dramatic play? We kind of go through how we should use our words and talk to our friends, and how all those toys are there to share with everyone, that they don't belong to one or two people, they belong to everyone. And you guys, we do this the first week with the threes every day. We kind of step back and just watch them play as we get to Thursday, because they come 4 days a week. But we're going to see in those first few days how they're doing, how they're catching on with the rules. In fact, my first week in the plans I give you, I say, I put wood blocks out. I put something different on the block table every single day because I want them to know how to use the different materials that they're going to see over at that block table. It might be a dollhouse one day. It might be blocks one day. It might be Duplo Legos another day. It might be magnet tiles the next. I want them to learn how to play with all of those things and get an idea of what they might see. The second week, I will put one thing out and it stays out that whole week. If I notice the kids are getting a little bit bored, I might add some animals or cars or something. But I start out changing things up because I want the kids to be exposed to as many things as they can. Like we will do a teacher-led center with our small group. That first day, it is making those crowns by coloring. The second day, we're going to sort bears by color. So I get these bears out and some sorting maps, the same color. Give each of the kids a little dish of bears, and we sort by color and talk about colors. Doesn't take long, but it's just a good way to introduce them to how we do centers. I'm reading a bunch of things because I just want to give you guys the idea. The third day, we will do how to use glue sticks. With my pre-K, we'll review how to use scissors. I'll put strips of paper out. We'll cut those and they'll glue. I have cut up stuff already for my 3-year-olds. I'm not ready for them and the scissors the first week of school. I'm going to teach them how to use the glue stick, how to turn the glue up so we just see a peekaboo of glue at the top. I also have colored liquid glue. We practice mommy dot, daddy dot, baby dot of glue. My fourth day, we will get my pre-K will have writing journals. My preschool are going to have alphabet journals. I'll give them a folder and a bunch of stickers, and we practice peeling the stickers and putting them on, putting our sticker trash in a pan in the middle of the table, and making just our own folder that they will see every single week. And my fifth day, we are going to color. My first week of school was fun. I also have one that says my first week of preschool was fun. My first week of pre-K was fun. And these things are in my welcome to school lesson plan, along with more activities than you can shake a stick at: a book list, a video list, a list of all the supplies you might need. But you guys, I have so many activities. I've got, also I can put these out too for a mini center. I can use crayons, or I can color. It doesn't have to be the crowns. I can bring out watercolor tray for the pre-K, or I might wait till next week and I can paint. And I have all these in half sheets too. I can use markers. Now for pre-K, I'm just going to show you guys with my Flair pens how to use markers. I will get the Crayola markers and I will put all the lids in a drawstring bag. For pre-K, I will do this activity this week. I'm waiting for preschool for the next week. We pull a lid out, we match it to the color on the crayons, and then we listen so carefully. Did it click? That means it's on and it's not going to dry out. So we do that before I put markers out for them to use. So that's another thing. It's a super good fine motor activity. And I mean, it'll save you too. They love to hear the click. I'll demonstrate in circle time. What I'll do is I will put like the wrong color lid on the wrong, like a brown lid on a pink marker, and they'll go, that's not right. And I'll ask them, what's not right about this? And they'll say, that's two different colors. I'm like, oh, does the lid have to match the color on the marker? And they're like, yes. So I'm like, great. So now I know they know that. And then we do the lids, and I'll take turns listening to everybody click a marker lid on, and then we color with markers, and we make sure we're putting the lids on after that. So that is definitely a first and second week activity. I like to show the kids also how to use the light board, and you can do this the first week or you can do this the second week, where I have these first letter of my name. I like to wait till the second week for About Me week, because then I'm talking about them. And my About Me week plans are going to be in there, but I'm not going to show you all the activities because I'll do that at another time. I just really wanted to show you my back to school activities or welcome to school activities. But this is a good one to throw in if you have a light table. Get a sharpened pencil on a rug and they have to poke all these dots, or use one of those nail dotter tools like they have at the nail salon to do that. But you guys, in this freebie I'm sending, you are going to get, I'm going to give you a link for it actually, and it will be sent to you. You are going to get my filled out lesson plans, and you're also going to get blank ones that you can just print off and write yourself. Because that's how I do it. I don't do these things on my computer. I write them because it's easier for me to handwrite. I'm not going to wait till I get to a computer. But also what's included is what you can put in your dramatic play center, your block center, your sensory center, and your writing center. So for About Me, I kind of turn everything into a birthday party. So at the writing center, I'll have birthday invitations. At the sensory bin, I put birthday things. I've got some like pretend sprinkles that I'll stick in there with some scoops. Birthday candles. I have these little tiny felt birthday hats I stick in there. And the dramatic play, I just use like play cakes, play cupcakes, decorate it like a birthday party. I also have a birthday party dramatic play set in my Teachers Pay Teacher store. That's great for that. But for the first week of school, dramatic play is a house. Blocks I change every day. Writing center, I put in some coloring sheets there, you guys, that I either will do things like a schoolhouse or kids at school with a backpack, cute little backpack, apple with a worm in it or whatever for school, or I'll just do things I know that kids are going to be interested in. Like right now, I have princesses, monster trucks, dragons, unicorns, and construction vehicles. It's just things that people like. I know the kids are going to like those. I'm going to put those out for Meet the Teacher so the kids have something to do while I'm talking with parents. But yeah, so that's going to come in your freebie, as well as I have color coded everything because I think you want your lesson plan to look like a rainbow. Red is math, orange is literacy, yellow is arts and crafts, science is light green, social emotional dark green, light blue is fine motor, gross motor is dark blue, and music and movement is purple. You want to make sure that when you look at your week, you have something from every color of the rainbow. And you guys, sometimes gross motor is we're just going out to the playground. or they have PE scheduled that week. You don't have to look and go, oh, I need a center that's gross motor. You don't. Walking up the stairs, you guys, is gross motor. Music and movement is always just like my circle time songs and my gathering. Like a lot of times after we clean up, we'll come back to the rug before we line up and do little songs and stuff. But yeah, so we do our centers. I do the warning again, same way, 1 minute warning. Remember, when this happens, we stop what we're doing, we listen, and we look at who's talking. We have 1 more minute, and then we're going to clean up. I do something in my classroom, you guys, with dramatic play and blocks, which are usually the hardest to clean up. I have big baskets, and they are welcome to just chuck everything in those big baskets, because the teachers will set up the centers, including the block center and the dramatic play center, while the kids are watching a short little educational video. So we clean up, we come back to the rug, I might tell them a story. Then, first week of school, we practice lining up. And I will have my aide show them where to line up, where the line leader stands, where the door holder stands, where the caboose stands, how to stand to make sure you're not touching friends, and all that. Then we walk out to the playground. Now we have to go upstairs. One side is up, one side is down. So we walk to the stairs. Then I say, okay, we're going to hold the handrail on this side. Stay right behind Mrs. Lee. They might not know what behind means, and they inevitably will go to the other side of the stairs. But we just coach them. We coach them usually by like the 3rd or 4th week. They've got it. The pre-K kids have it by the 3rd or 4th day. I have a whistle for out in the playground. I show them when we get out there, when you hear me blow this whistle, you come in. Now, that first day, you guys, I need to get everybody's photo. I need it for About Me Week. I need it for my door. I need it to make those name strips. I need their photo. So I will take them to a place in the playground that is not going to make them squint their eyes, and I will take a picture of every child that day. It can be hard, but we can do it. We line up, we come back down the stairs. We went up that side, guys. We're going down this side. We do that because here come the toddlers up the stairs to go outside for pickup by the time we're going down. So we just have to keep that clear. They'll get it. They will get it. Then we come to the rug, like I will lead them down and I'll say, put your pockets on the rug, put your pockets on the rug as they come in. If we have time, we'll have a story. If we didn't have a story time before we went out. But I need to do something like to make sure that my aide has time to put the snack out. She might do it while we're on the playground, but not that first day because I'm taking pictures. So if I'm reading them a story, she's setting out their snacks and getting everything ready to go. We talk about that first week, second week on how we need to say who brought snack today. We say thank you because that's good manners. We get sanitizer. I dismiss them to their spot, which they will notice by their water bottle, but it also has their name on the placemat. I point that out. So one by one, we get hand sanitizer. And sometimes I just sing that same tune I sing for everything. If your name is Abby, come get a squirt. And I'll give her a little hand squirt, and then she can go find her snack. I tell them while they are eating snack, I show them a tray on a round table. And I'll say, when you are done with your snack, you need to clean up whatever's on your placemat. Put your placemat in this tray and put your water bottle in your backpack. Meanwhile, we are just watching. We're getting cubbies stuffed with whatever needs to be, unstuffed and backpack stuffed. And we are helping them put that water bottle and reminding them where to put their placemat, and they're putting their water bottles back in their backpack. And we're really, really trying our best to have them do it. But they're little bitty, so, we help them. And we're also, you guys, through this whole day saying, does anyone need to go use the potty? and then we take him to the potty. Okay, yeah, then we come back to the rug. Who's ever done, I might just pull a book out and start reading to who's ever there, or I'll take the book to the door so the parents that are coming and the nannies and caretakers that are coming can see us there, and I can dismiss them and talk with their parent and make sure that I say goodbye to each and every child. There will be some kids left who will go to our extended day program. We make sure they're packed up, lined up at the door, and then we take them up to our waiting spot for the other class to get there too, and then they all walk over together to extended day, and our day is done. So if you want these plans, there's going to be a link. Just click on the link. It'll come to your inbox. But like I said, it will have how I run my day. And you guys, this is a half day. I do not teach full day preschool. I never have. I've taught full days before, but half the day was 3/4. The other half was 4/5. So I don't know how you guys do it, and you guys all need a prize because I have an hour and a half, or had an hour and a half between those classes to clean up, eat my lunch, and make sure I was prepped and mentally ready for my next class to come. So if you're doing this all day, oh, you are the best. But I'm going to do another video today about my favorite books to always have on your bookshelf, along with my favorite first week books. And then each week, for my theme, I will be doing videos about my themes and what I do for those themes, and just some other cool stuff. So I know this was kind of a long one, but again, if you want your first 2 weeks plans, click the link and they'll come to your inbox. Thanks so much for watching.